Words are very powerful. And personally, I don't believe it when people tell me, oh, I just said it. Oh, it is something that I just said. Oh, I didn't mean it. Whatever that you say, you think about it out of the abundance of the heart that we come out with words. And so I just want to draw your attention to some statements. When he says this and he means it, and you realize that he means it, I really won't advise that you still be in a relationship. When he says this, my dear, my advice is that you run. At the end of the day, it is your choice. I will just advise and I will just guide you. But sit down and ask yourself, is this really what I want? Stick with me if you're interested. I will be right back. So let's get right into it. If he tells you that, who else will date you aside me? Hey! Hi! Senya me ahwai. Who else will date you? Do you think anyone would want to be with you aside me? God, this is total disrespect. Take your slippers, your sandals, your shoe, put it under your armpits, and run out of this relationship. My dear, if a man has that kind of thoughts and then he's bold enough to voice it out, you have to run. This man does not see how valuable a woman is. This man thinks that women are inferior. This man thinks that women doesn't have sense. And there is no way he's going to take an advice from you. If he has that at the back of his mind, I'm sure he has dealt with a lot of ladies and he still thinks that women doesn't have sense. Whatever women say, there is no sense in it. My dear, if he says this, I'll say it like without any second thought. Leave him. Another statement that when a man says you should really think about if you want to be in the relationship or not is, you made me act this way. He did something. Whatever he did was wrong. And then you drew his attention to it. That, honey, babe, sweetheart, this thing that you are doing. And then in a way, he tries to blame it on you. It is because of you that I did it. You are the one who made me do it. This man will always make you question your thoughts, will always make you question your actions, will always make you question whatever you do. Because you see, women, when you tell us the things that we did wrong, we try to prove you wrong that we didn't do it. And so you would always have to be looking over your shoulders. For example, you cheated, you caught him, and then he blamed it on you, that it is because of something that you did that made him cheat. This man is never going to accept his fault. This man is never going to say sorry. And he will always, every day, blame you for his actions. And you do not want to be with a man like that. The next thing is that when he says that a man is always supposed to have the final say. He is bossy. He doesn't think he have a say in the relationship. Not to talk of the marriage. And he thinks that I am the man. Whatever I say is final. If you've been following me for a while, you know I talk about submission. I talk about respect. But submission doesn't mean that I don't have a voice in the relationship. Submission doesn't mean that when things are not going well, I can't say. Submission doesn't mean that I can't come up with suggestions, ideas. Submission doesn't mean that you can't come to me and ask me, my wife, this is what I want to do. What do you think? I want to enter into a business with this person. Do you think it's a good idea? You don't trust my judgment. You don't trust my decision making. And then like you tell me that I am the man. Whatever I say is final. If care is not taken, a man like this is going to tell you when to sleep, where to sleep, who to talk to, and what to wear. And so when he says something like this, my dear, you need to run. The next thing I have here is that when he tell you that it is normal for a man to cheat, if you can deal with a cheating partner, then you can decide to be in that kind of relationship. But if you are the type who cannot stand a cheating partner, then this is not a relationship that you should consider. Oh, Bema, they are normal. You see, sometimes they even go to the extent of telling you that I'll marry two. When I get married, I'll marry two. I was speaking with this lady, her boyfriend told her, me, I will marry two. And she said that, Auntie, I thought he was joking. Now they got married and this guy is seriously seeing another lady. And then he said, but I told you that I can marry two. But the thing is that when they marry two, they still decide to cheat, that one is a question for the gods. Only the gods can answer that question. But if you cannot stand a cheating partner and he makes you believe that it is normal, totally normal, and doesn't see anything wrong with a man cheating, my advice is that do not go into that relationship. And then when he tells you that you can leave if you want to, oh God, there is an argument, there is a misunderstanding, there is a conflict, and you are trying to let him come reason with you, understand you, see things from your point of view, and he tells you that, my dear, Oba, this is how it is, this is how I'm going to be, I'm not going to change. If you want to leave, you can leave. If you think you cannot take it, you can leave. And you are confused, contemplating. No man who loves you enough will tell you that if you want to leave, you can leave. No man, because he's scared of losing you. He wants to keep you. He wants you to be part of his life. And so he will never tell you that. The next thing I have here is when he opens his mouth to tell you that I hate you. I hate you. Like, I hate you. It has come out of his mouth. It is coming out of the abundance of his heart. And then he'll come back to you later and tell you, it was because I was angry that I told you, my dear, you don't want to be in a relationship like that. And then he'll tell you that I don't love you the same way as I used to. These are serious statements, that you don't need to take them for granted. You don't need to say, oh, he just said it, I'm not sure he meant it, until he was angry. Sometimes we even try to defend them. A man tells me that I don't love you the same way I used to. I was in a relationship with someone, my ex. This is my personal experience. This guy was behaving some way. He started ghosting me. I tried to call him. I was trying to make it work. I was talking to his family, trying to plead on my behalf. And then one day I called him and I was like, gentleman, this thing is stressing me. Tell me, just be upfront with me, be frank with me. Do you really want this relationship or not? And he said, Ikuya, let me be frank with you. The fact is that I don't love you the same way as I used to. I stood at the phone for seconds and I was like, I took a very deep breath and I told him, okay, thank you for telling me. And then I cut the line and that was it. Why else am I in the relationship? There is no better way for you to tell me you don't love me. Apparently, you don't want to hurt me. In your thoughts, you don't want to hurt me because at the end of the day, you still hurt me. And so you think that you can just play with words. Tell me, I don't love you the same way I used to. Why would I be staying in the relationship, fighting for you to love me back the way you used to? I can't take that stress. And so I decided to walk out. If he tells you any of these things, my dear, leave him. I can only advise, but at the end of the day, it is your decision. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you have any other statement that when a man tells you, you run, put it in the comment section for me. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that. And I'll definitely see you in the next video. Nyamen Kang.